One of the characters I'm most excited to see in the Suicide Squad is Polka Dot Man, aka Abner Krill, who is of course going to be played by the amazing David Dastmalchian, such a great actor. So I'm really excited to see this character because Polka Dot Man is such an obscure, wacky, goofy, just really lame supervillain. So I'm really excited to see how they really reinvent the character for this movie to make him kind of cool and actually make you feel bad for him, because we actually saw in the trailer that there was a point where I think Bloodsport said we're all gonna die, and then Polka Dot Man said I hope so. So clearly, I mean, he's a part of the Suicide Squad team and he has some actual suicidal thoughts himself, which is really interesting. And now David Dastmalchian, again, who plays the character, has actually revealed why that's the case and given us a little backstory on this version of the character, that what makes Polka Dot Man different from his powers in the comics. Because of course, his whole thing here is that he has polka dots that he can, shoot out of his hands and use for weapons and portals and stuff like that. And it's honestly pretty cool. But turns out in this movie, their polka dots are actually more of a disease than actual superpowers. Because if he loses control of them, then they will grow just grotesquely on his skin, like sores or like pimples and stuff. And it sounds really nasty, but we actually saw a set photo of it with them just bubbling out of his face, and it looks really disturbing and sounds really messed up. But this is clearly why he's not too happy with this and living life with these polka dots all over his body, because clearly, most likely, he's been bullied and all that stuff. So he's probably not a big fan of this. But in this movie, we're going to be seeing him use these polka dots to his advantage to hopefully survive this movie. Whether he does or not, I'm hoping he does. But this is really interesting, again, because he's just such a wacky, goofy character in the comics. So I think to add this layer of depression and this, I guess you could even say, disability to the character really adds more layers to Polka Dot Man and makes him an even better character and makes you really feel for him. And again, I'm really excited to see this character, especially now that we have these new details known about him. So I'm really excited for this. I'm excited for the Suicide Squad. Again, it is coming out August 6th, both in theaters and on HBO Max. But guys, of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about these new details on Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad? So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.